lively, folks. Hello. Good evening, ladybugs and yellow jackets. Welcome to this week's episode of FAE News. And I am your host, Fairy Princess Lolly. Tonight, I am here with Ion the Leprechaun and Famous Dana, the Sleepyhead.
Hi. Well,
the Sleepyhead
yeah,
Boggin.
Okay. Yes, that's my name this week. Literally.
That's your name this week. And Count Morbid, who is ignoring us, I guess, like usual. What?
He's doing morbidity things.
Morbidity things.
I guess he must be doing morbidity things. Hello, Cobble. I see you out there. So, yes, the obligatory things at the beginning of the show. First, hit the like and subscribe button. Right? Or, what's the one that I like? The fist bump that I like? Snail. I don't know why fist bumps were suddenly a thing right there. But please hit the like and subscribe button for the show. It helps everybody out. And, of course, we love to know that you love us. And also, today's sponsor is Eclectics Marketplace. And Eclectics Marketplace is basically the place to find all of the people. So they are a resource that compiles all listings for all things that are Renaissance, medieval, fantasy, Celtic, and so much more. For site visitors, it's free to use their index and look up. You can find everything here. They basically have a collection of Ren Fair vendors and performers. They have fantasy as well for festivals. If you want to see what's going on in your area or your state, it's all nice and broken down and laid out, and they have all of their vendors categorized, so you can find your stoneware here and your clothing there. It's actually it's a pretty good site, and so they are basically a listing site for crafters, performers, service providers, guilds, and events. And on their site, you can search for their members or for products that you want, and you can also find your favorite performers, crafters and performers, and anyone else that want to become a member of their site and have your listing there. They have a really simple application process, and because of the pandemic right now, they are waiving their fee. It's a $30 annual listing fee, but it is free right now, and you can get the completely basic profile for totally free all the time. Please go check them out. It is Eclectics Marketplace, and their information is in the low bar, and it should also be scrolling there on the ticker. And with that said, yes, there they are going across the bottom. So Gunther will not be joining us tonight, sadly. He is not feeling well, so he is not going to be here this evening. He is resting up. I feel sorry for him. I'm sad. We will miss you, Gunther. I don't know how we can possibly do Gunther's Gossip without you, because it's Gunther's Gossip. I know. So now I don't have somebody to read the gossips, and that is sad. Count Morbid, you're currently on mute. Do you know that?
He looks like he's eating.
Okay. And hello, Holly.
Well, yes, but the question is, can you hear me when I'm not on mute?
Yeah.
Well, even when you're not on mute, I try not to listen. So what? Okay. What?
I have to say that the way you were chewing, your food seems like it's really good.
There are some who cannot stand the sound of listening to other people eating. I'd rather hear other people eat, though, than see other people eat.
Indeed.
I mean, yeah, that's a thing. So I was going to say also, because I didn't get this in, and maybe I should ask before I launch into something here, but why are you so tired, Famous Dana?
Because I am going to the college, and things that are involved in such are very tiring.
You are a fairy exchange student.
Well, let's just say they have a lot of stairs, and my Shape and I do not deal well with excessive amounts of stairs.
What are their stairs like? Are they like?
What makes looking at something so hard?
Yeah, like.
You know,
The Ministry of Silly Stairs?
I am looking into surveying equipment to look at sites. So I'm not just looking at sites, I'm looking through sites, at sites, climbing upstairs. Yes, way far away. Oh yes, it is tiring to say the least.
Yeah, but at least you get to get out and do something instead of just be stuck inside all the time because COVID. That's a thing.
Well, I mean, my instructor looks like he has a shirt wrapped around his
Outside bad. Outside bad.
Danger, danger. Count Morbid's alerts are going off over there. No going in the outside. Hey, Count Morbid, are you doing a haunt? Are you doing a haunt this year? Count
Besides
Morbid?
his normal look?
He's on mute. Are you doing a haunt this year?
Sadly, they are open, but I am no. The answer is no, sadly.
Well, I'm sorry for. Is it just because it's too many people in a crowded space? Kind of thing.
Well, I mean, they're doing a wonderful job. I know the safety precautions they're doing a wonderful job, but it's not many people know this about me, but I am easily stressed out and don't deal well with that. It's one of my deep dark secrets, but yeah, there are reasons that I'm sitting out in various things, and not all of which I want to discuss on air.
Oh well, no, I didn't mean for it
or
to
on
be
water
like
either.
That. I think though that plenty of people have concerns about the COVID
I will
thing.
Absolutely tell people underwater.
Does that mean you only scare people recreationally right now?
What
Not
now?
professionally?
Yeah.
You're an amateur scarer?
Now, mind you, I do know, not mind, but yeah, the people who normally do the Clark County Scaregrounds, because like I think Washington has officially shut down all of them. In Oregon, they're still allowed with proper precautions, but the people who normally do the Vancouver Scaregrounds are going to be at Oaks Park this year, actually, and they're specifically doing a drive-through haunt, which actually sounds kind of neat. But again, not quite for me.
Thanks for the ride, lady.
But yeah, they're doing another at Oaks Park. They're basically doing it in it looks interesting. I've seen some of their pictures, and it looks delightful because they have cannibals, and that's always great. And clowns, murder clowns, lots of murder clowns. But
I think I will pass then.
So
I don't mind cannibals.
People are adapting.
I feel like a drive-through haunt is something I have never heard of or done, and it could be interesting.
I think it was literally one of the stories that we did a couple weeks ago. I think it was literally one of the news stories that we did here.
Isn't that like safari?
I mean, mind you, I think. Well, at least the ones I've seen, I think that you usually park your car, and hopefully turn off the ignition. But yeah, it's people are adapting. Well, then I know also there's one place that is doing drive-in movies for Halloween or for all of October, where they're showing scary movies up on the screen while having performers like roaming. So some places are combining things.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
That actually sounds remarkably fun.
It does.
Yeah. They're trying to how to scare people from the other side of glass or 6 feet away.
Well, I like the fact that one of the cool things to come out of
with plexiglass or with
I think that one of the cool things to come out of it is the revival of the drive-in. I mean, am I wrong?
We had a drive-in graduation for Caradelian for the Angry Elf. Yes, and that was instead of applauding, we were honking the horn a bunch. So that was interesting and noisy.
Did anybody have a cool horn, like one that goes da 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 or something?
No.
But they were also out they frown upon Dukes of Hazzard horns these days.
I actually thought they were a little more
As a show that did
Southern California. What?
The Dukes of Hazzard?
No, not the Dukes of Hazzard, but the horns on the cars that do da 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 da. You know, da 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 da. I mean, they have all kinds of.
Yes, that is different. That is different than the one you did earlier. That is.
Yes,
there are many specialty
musical horn.
One Dukes of Hazzard.
No.
Not everyone can be fluffy.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to.
Yeah.
I guess I just don't associate that with the Dukes of Hazzard, but I.
Well, not that one, no, but the earlier one. Yeah.
I guess. Okay.
Yeah, the one you just did with Black Cook Project, but yeah.
Well, so speaking of Halloween, though, because so many people aren't doing things and they are staying in, we have decided to do a Cyber Samhain here on the channel for Halloween, and it's going to start on Halloween at 7:30 and will go for several hours. I am very, very excited for this. There's a whole schedule that we have, and I have posted it actually on the community tab on our YouTube channel. One of the things we're doing as a part of this, though, is we're having a Tooth Fairy candy exchange. And so what this is basically is sort of like a white elephant / Secret Santa. And you can just go to that link that you see on the screen right now, sign up if you want to be a part of it. And then we're just going to, after a couple of weeks here, I will make sure that everybody's names get redistributed to one of their partners. And then you can make a package, send it to your Tooth Fairy partner. And then on Cyber Samhain, we're going to have a dumb supper here online, and so you can join us for the dumb supper, and then we will all do unboxings of our candy and gobble them up together, because I think that sounds pretty fun, right? So that way nobody has to feel guilty about eating candy. All that candy, such good candy. I mean, I would feel guilty about eating all that candy. So, you know, if I have a bunch of people to eat candy with, then my guilt is shared, right?
I brought home Reese peanut butter cups that the inside was green instead of peanut butter colored, and
did it taste like peanut butter.
Reese peanut butter cups, you know, the little prepackaged, and they were calling them Frankenstein cups.
But did it taste like peanut butter?
Yes. It tasted just the same. It was a different color. And
so it didn't taste like Frankenstein.
It did not taste like Frankenstein.
I feel like green peanut butter is disgusting sounding, and it could taste like almost anything else, and that would be better.
They're in the freezer right now because they were melty.
Well, I thought I saw you found some pumpkin spice Twinkies, Count Morbid.
That sounds yummy too. Pumpkin spice.
It's
awesome.
All of the Halloween cereals are out. I've been for a little while, but all the Count Chocula, and there's even a Reese's Pieces cereal with bats.
Blueberry.
Blueberry.
Yeah, blueberry.
I would like to have just crunch berries.
Oops, just crunch berries. They have been located. We'll get them.
I want just marshmallows.
There they are, the pumpkin spice Twinkies. I mean, I would try a pumpkin spice Twinkie.
I tried them last year.
I'm not sure that I think it would be very delicious. Ew. Anyone remember purple ketchup?
Oh, God.
I do not remember purple ketchup. That sounds worse than green Reese's green peanut butter.
Well, there are odd colored tomatoes, so I would assume.
Well, yeah.
Odd colored food is definitely horrendous.
Is that like putting green color in your alcoholic beverage?
Also, you could make ketchup out of different vegetables than tomatoes.
This is hilarious.
What do you call it? Like ketchup?
Ketchup.
Well, it's not exactly called ketchup because of tomatoes.
Wait, what?
Ooh.
It's not called ketchup because of tomatoes.
Well, I thought it
Ion
was
is
called
ruining
ketchup.
everything.
Oh. Why is it called ketchup? I'm afraid to ask this question, to be honest.
That's a good question. I actually don't know. Although ketchup is a brand name from Heinz.
I feel like we heard something just now that we rarely hear out of your mouth. I don't know.
This is truly horrendous. This is just like the first sentence from the Wikipedia. Ketchup is a table condiment or sauce. Original recipes used egg whites, mushrooms, oysters, grapes, mussels, or walnuts, among other ingredients.
Wow.
That is the scariest.
I mean, how did somebody even figure out that tastes good?
So
it was like, I need to make a sauce, and these are the only things I have left. Just put them all together, and we'll see what it tastes like.
Goulash.
Well, I mean, there's weird things in Worcester sauce as well, but so basically,
you're breaking up very bad.
What?
You're breaking up.
I also have a stutter.
No, I mean, actually, you're breaking up. Because it's doing the with your words.
Pixelating your voice.
Yes. That's a good thing.
Scary.
So basically, what we call ketchup is tomato ketchup. And then there's other strange things.
Great. I feel so comforted by that.
Like mushroom ketchup.
Now I'm curious.
Okay, so the etymology of the word. In the 17th century, the Chinese mixed pickled fish and spices and called it, I mean, there's no way I'm going to pronounce that correctly, but basically, there's a Chinese word that meant like pickled fish and spices.
Spell it.
K and O with a weird over it. Or KE-CHIAP.
KE dash wait, CH
IEP.
Just go to ketchup.
Like this? Like keep chip.
Yeah. But it basically means
yeah.
The original word in Chinese means the brine of pickled fish. And then somehow that
Somehow that translated
down
into
the line.
tomatoes. Mashed up. So is it ketchup or marinara? Is ketchup marinara?
I mean, technically, ketchup is the first juice. Okay,
I'm just excited.
Ketchup's a pickled tomato smoothie.
I'm trying to send things.
With fish.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Pickled tomato smoothie with fish.
What is the weirdest thing you have ever tasted, Ion?
But anyway, I sent the link to our FAE news.
I'm gonna find it.
What exactly makes something weird?
Well, while you ponder that, what's the weirdest thing you've ever tasted, famous Dana?
Well, I sat at a sushi bar and chewed on octopus with the little tentacles hanging out of my mouth and made my mom throw up. It was
Calamari?
great. No, that's not octopus. That's squid. I have eaten squid before as well, but the freaking my mom out was an amazing thing, because there's not much that anyone in my family is worried about eating or odd, but the little tentacles and the little itty bitty ones that just wiggle all over the place when you chew, it wasn't bad to me.
Have you thought of something weird yet, Ion?
Well, I would probably say with escargot.
I'm glad I've never tried that one, because I wouldn't.
It's really quite good. You should have some.
I second that. I have had escargot on more than one occasion and always liked it. But nobody tell my snailer or anything else I might happen to know
that would be very selfish of us. Shellfish of us. I know I've messed that one up a little bit, didn't I?
Okay. So it is. We have tonight's vendor interview down in the wings here, and that means it is time to do the wheel of win, spin the wheel of win for last week's, and last week's is a pair of earrings from Whidbey Restyled. And so let me get everything all shared here.
My caffeine IV is empty.
That is tragic.
Yeah, that's how I'm staying awake.
Okay.
Let's see, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
I do not know.
Spin, spin, spin.
And so here we go.
I'm going to wager that whoever wins has a vowel in their name.
Addie Nielsen is the winner.
Woo!
Congratulations, Addie Nielsen. You are the winner of a beautiful pair of earrings from Whidbey Restyled. Their information actually is also in the low bar descriptor on Ye Old Book of Faces and YouTube. So please go check them out and give them your support and some likes. And with that said, I will bring in tonight's vendor. I feel like everything is so chill and mellow. Like it's way too calm without Gunther here.
I'm sorry. I'll try to make up for it.
I don't know. He's just big and boisterous, you know?
I'm trying to bring. I will bring the big energy like I am now.
Yes.
I'll try to. I'll maintain this level of boisterousness to make up for it.
And if you do
use that big energy.
The worms crawl in and the worms crawl out. The ones that go in.
By the way, Big Sluaw Energy is definitely the name of my band.
Fake Sluaw and Big Sluaw Energy, Fake Sluaw Energy. I don't know. All right, I am bringing in tonight's vendor, you guys. Dan. Hello, Dan. Can you hear us?
Hello. Yes, I can.
Perfect. Well, we can hear you too, just fine.
Excellent.
Yes. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
If you will, please introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Sure. My name is Dan Neville, and I'm the owner and artist behind Forge and Fleece. It's a chainmail and scale mail, armor, jewelry, costume items, toys. I do a little bit of everything, and so yeah, that's what I do. It's my full-time job. It's been hard this year with no Ren fairs, but
Now, where
yeah.
is your locale? Who are your local or your home shows?
Okay, so I would say my most home show is the Mutton and Mead show, and if you're in New England, I'm in Amherst, Massachusetts. But the closest Ren fair is Mutton and Mead, or the Massachusetts Renaissance Fair. I also do go to the Connecticut Renaissance Fair in the fall, and I hope to be at the Robin Hood Fair in Connecticut in the spring as well next year.
So Mutton and Mead, what is... That
Fantastic.
sounds delicious and tasty, and I want to know what that fair is about.
It's a very small fair. It started 10 or 15 years ago. I remember going to it when it was just like one little clearing with a couple of vendors and like a joust and a couple of little things, but it has really grown. It's one of the most vendor-friendly fairs I've ever been to, in that if you are a small crafter, if it's your hobby, if you just want to set up a table inside one of their bigger tents, they have a ton of vendors from like every skill level and just about everything you can imagine. They also have a huge amount of support from the local restaurants and things. They're a little looser on the anachronism side of it. So you have like Turkish kebabs next to the turkey leg people, next to people selling like Chinese food and lo mein, and like there's just amazing food, so much food, so many great shows, and it's
making me hungry.
I know,
it's
right?
such a good fair. I love Mutton and Mead. They've got great cast and great actors too that do a lot of work. They put on a lot of like, because it's in a forest. It's on a hunting. Like, it's a hunting club most of the year, but they put on this big fair. There's an outdoor bar area that is like kind of the lodge for the club. And then through the woods, these paths in the woods, they set up little ferries it's great for the kids. I remember taking my my son there like the first year he was born. It's just a fantastic, my kids love it. It's my favorite fair, and it's only one weekend. That's the only bad thing about it. It's always Father's Day weekend. And so it's only one weekend, but it's like the whole Western New England and Vermont and New Hampshire, everybody kind of condenses on the on Montague, Mutton and Mead in Montague, Massachusetts. It's a lot of M's.
Mutton and Mead in Montague, Massachusetts. Say that 5 times fast, right?
I'd rather not.
It sounds so cool because it sounds kind of like I don't know what they're called, like the bite types of festivals, right? The bite of Portland or whatever.
Yeah.
When you go, and the whole idea is to just go there and taste food and drink things, and it sort of sounds like the Renaissance Fair version of that, which I think
You mean a food festival?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
it's got a lot of that in it. I mean, it is definitely a Renaissance fair, and a lot of, like, there's a joust, and there's, like, a court, and there's all of the things that everybody sort of expects from a Renaissance fair nowadays, but it's still got a lot of that kind of country fair atmosphere without having, like, a tractor pull and, and livestock judging. Like, so it's got so they kind of phase that stuff out and bring in
Wrong kind of livestock judging. We're judging the livestock after they have been prepared.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes. How tasty are they? And so it's got, and they're great people. Like, everything. I love the show a lot, and it was sort of like the first big show, because it's the closest one to my house. It's only 45 minutes away from my house, so I get to sleep at home, which is nice.
That is always a plus.
Yeah. My own bed after a long day of the fair is a serious plus. Yeah.
So enough about that fair, and
Fair
more
enough,
about you. Yeah, fair enough.
So my sort of the things I wanted to highlight the thing that I'm going to be giving away is one of my baby dragons.
Well, let's do that at the end, and let's.
Okay, we'll do that at the end. All right.
Yeah, let's do that at the end.
Sort of the thing that I'm best known for is my dragon tails.
Okay.
I think they're pretty awesome. When I locked down the design, that was when I knew that I had something. So this is sort of, oh no, this is let's start with this is a regular sized dragon tail. You can see it long ways stretched out there between my arms. It's got 4 sizes of scales, from the extra large down to the regular large size that you see most often, a medium-sized scale, and then tapers down to a small tail. This is a toothless tail, after How to Train Your Dragon. And this is also a new thing that I'm doing, light-up tails. I do LED lights inside.
Oh my goodness. That is so cool.
Yeah. So this is toothless after he's the full
I don't
alpha.
suppose you can turn off your lights real fast.
I think I can. Hold on one second. I can definitely get this one. That'll get a little
for everybody that's in the audience, if you guys have questions or whatnot, just put them into the chat, and then we can pass them on so Dan can answer them for you. Okay, here we go. We're going to see this light up tail in the dark. I love it so much.
So this is blue lights inside a black tail, basically.
Very
and then
pretty.
I have one other light up tail that's done.
Looks so awesome.
It does look awesome.
And this is
that would be amazing in like a fairy world.
Tail. And that is the
Great Hunt.
Ooh.
This is bright white light inside a frost colored tail. So I have the Night Fury and the Light Fury side by side.
Those are awesome. And I really like how you can see all the shapes of those scales in that light one. They come through so good.
Yeah, it helps that the inside of the like the silver and the frost scales are more reflective rather than the darker of the anodized. It kind of sucks up a little more of light, where these like really reflect it everywhere. I love this one. Is possibly my favorite that I've made so far of these.
I'm picturing
the red on the inside looks pretty cool.
If that was I'm picturing what that would be like if those were the only lights on somebody's scarb. You know, if they did, just the tail wandering through the forest.
Yeah, I mean that's something that happens. They look great. Like I know the Connecticut Renaissance Fair does a couple of late nights, which are a lot of fun. I'm just gonna get the light so I can see the rest of my stuff.
They kind of have a nighttime thing at the Renaissance Fair. That sounds
cool.
Cool.
They do a 21 plus adult nights. So the shows get a little baudier, and it's a great time. There's a lot more drinking, and yeah.
Much revelry was had. What is that cool Wonder Woman looking thing behind you?
So this is actually these are 2 styles that I licensed. I had a lot of trouble coming up with a scale mail bra that was actually supportive because I lacked the equipment to do that. And so I worked with another artist from the brand It Is Known. She's on Instagram. She does absolutely fantastic stuff. But I licensed her design for bras, and she has these beautiful shoulder pieces. And so I decided I wanted to do one for my showpieces, as in the Wonder Woman colors with the W for the Wonder Woman sign. You can see there's a little bit of the Wonder Woman symbol on the shoulder pieces too. This is 2 separate pieces, but I'm the only other artist licensed to use her designs. She's incredible, but she has very high standards for to work with people. She does. If you check out It Is Known on Instagram, you can see why she has such high standards. She has
a little shout out to your friend.
Yeah. Oh, I always support the other artists that I work with.
Support because the bodice shapes.
Yeah. The great thing about that bra style is that let me pull it out one more time. Is that it's got I don't know if you can see much in the back. It has this intermixed rubber rings on the straps to go behind, so it actually is supportive, and it does cup It has a built-in
Wow.
cup. So it is something that you could wear to support you. I always suggest with wearing scale mail that you wear something else underneath it because the edges of the scales can be a little sharp.
I feel like I would just want to pet myself the whole time.
Oh, and yes, when I wear a full scale shirt, I'm petting myself constantly. When I have a tail on, you just pet. That's sort of petting scale mail is what it's about. When I run a booth, it's a very tactile booth. I always encourage people to please come in, touch everything. If you can break it by petting it, I didn't make it well enough. So that's
now
It's fair.
I see you're also right. I see you're also wearing some ears, and we've got some necklaces and whatnot also in the background.
Yeah. These are a new product that I'm doing. These are a kind of rubber and chainmail ears on a headband. I have 2 or 3 different styles. I have the cat ears, these kind of little bear ears. They're not up on my website yet, but working on it. Bunny ears.
Nice.
They're very cute.
And then these are possibly my favorite, the Baby Yoda ears.
What? Wait! Oh my God! Oh, I love them so much.
So I have a question about the tails and perhaps some of the other things, which is, do people wearing them have to be careful not to turn around quickly? Like,
that was actually one thing that I was going to demonstrate. It's you can I have my sporin here in front because that is something you have to be a little bit careful of. Let me just pull out one of these tails and snap it on. They've got these snaps at the top, so they just hook right around a belt. Here they go. Over a belt or corset laces,
I'd be
or
worried
anything
about
like that.
spinning around and hitting somebody right in the face.
Man, you just did that pretty easy right there.
It's a lot harder to hit someone else with the tail than it is to hit yourself because it is attached to your body. So it comes out, and so you swing around. Let me tilt this camera down just a little bit so you can see my waist a little bit more. And they swing around, and you will slap yourself a lot.
Oh yeah, I can see.
Swings up and swings like right here. And so before I wore the sporin, I had hurt myself several times just because it's got a nice sort of swish and flick. It's a very natural sort of, you just move your hips a lot. You get a lot of hip sway in it. Yeah, and that's one thing I do. If you ever see me at a fair,
this entire interview should have been just this.
I know I do. One of the ways that I've been promoting my business since quarantine is through TikTok, and all of my videos of me just walking up and down a hallway shaking my butt with the tail on have 10 times as many views as me making chainmail. It's a lot harder.
I asked the question about this because I was worried about hitting other people with them. But when you explain what the problem actually is, I want the ones that hit the other people, not myself there. I would much rather hit somebody else.
I have seen people try this because after I sell them the tail, I'm like, go for it. Try to hit your friend with it, and to see how they will actually do it.
Oh no!
If you actually hip check someone with the tail while spinning, you can whip the person with the tail after you've hip checked them. But you've already hip checked them, so it isn't I can sneak up to the person and just whip them easily with my tail. It's a lot harder. I'm sure if someone practiced a lot, they could, but it's not. That's not the easiest part to do.
That's a combination attack, then.
Exactly.
Combo attack.
Yeah. You need advantage to pull that off.
It's A, B, circle around the joystick.
Up, down, front, back.
With advantage.
Whatever. Oh man.
So I have the tails in a wide variety of colors, including rainbow. This is one of my favorite tails.
Oh, look at that.
Rainbow tail.
Can you do custom tails in colors for people if they request?
Yes.
Wow,
In fact,
pretty.
on my Etsy page, it's you have there's one. I think it even goes up to five or six colors, and the price goes up the more complicated the tail is. But it's in all of the different sizes. I have 4 sizes of tails right now. 2 are little keychain size tails, or I guess I have 5 sizes. 2 are these little keychain size tails. I don't know if I have another of the really small tails around right now, but little keychain size.
I wonder if I can have a whip that is just in the shape of the tail. Not to be worn, but to be wielded.
I have had people request that. I've been trying to figure out how to make it durable enough that I would feel comfortable selling it. And there was a little while where I'm not as comfortable making weapons as I would like to be to make those. Well, there's an ethical concern.
So I have terrible news about that.
So these are your mid-size.
That Wonder Woman top.
These are the what I call the extra small. These are actually more for costume. These are for kids. This is a new size that I've just come up with so that when the kid goes to the big tail and says, "I want one, mommy," and I say it's $150, and they say, "Oh no, we can't do that." And then they go, "Well, how much is this one?" And I'm like, "Well, this one is $50," and sometimes that's enough. Or I think $45 is what I'm going to be selling these at fairs. So there's the small, extra small, and then this is sort of the medium sized, really shiny mirrored silver.
Ooh.
And this is often great for women who aren't real tall because it will, on a lady or a person of less than 5'10", this will hang down to about the back of the knee, whereas the large tails will drag on the ground, and not everybody's comfortable with that. And then the newest size I have is here's the extra large tail. So this is almost as tall as me, and this one drags on the ground when I wear it. So
how long does it take you to make these tails?
I'm pretty good at scale mail. I've been making it almost 10 years.
Oh, wow.
I've been making chainmail almost 20 years, which is kind of scary for me to think about. But I pride myself on efficiency. So it takes 3-4 hours a tail for the large tails. The smaller ones obviously go a lot faster. But yeah. So
then how do you, what else have you there in the background? I saw a bunch of things on the table when you adjusted the...
Oh, yeah. Let's see. I've got a couple of chokers. Let's see if I can pull these out. These are new display boards that I'm really enjoying setting up and stuff. So these are, let's see, I'm going to turn off this light because it's causing a lot of glare. Is that going to, no, it's too dark. Let's try it. All right. Maybe it'll just adjust. So these are chokers with Swarovski crystals as the centerpiece to them. And they come with either matching tiny scale earrings or small scale earrings, depending on what you want to pay.
Close.
And again, I can make these in custom colors as well.
Awesome. And I like that it's an earring set too.
Yeah.
Got all kinds of things
people like to match their jewelry, and I respect that. And then this is all tiny scale jewelry, which is another thing that I do sort of more than most of the other people. These are the little tiny scale dangles, and this is what I call tiny scale hoops. They're dangles, but they've kind of got the negative space of the single ring, which is something that's hard to do in chainmail. And then there's I don't know if you guys can see the centerpiece.
Oh yeah, I can see that now.
Yeah, and I have a whole bunch of those guys as well.
Those are beautiful.
Thank you.
You are most welcome.
And the last is a set of amethyst and stainless steel earring set and necklace.
Nice. Fancy for the noble ladies.
Exactly. Gotta attract the noble ladies. Yeah. So And then, of course, I will.
All the noble ladies, all the noble ladies.
Yeah, I do. I do custom work. I'm always like, I don't think I've ever turned down a custom order that was in my wheelhouse because I love doing new and interesting things. I say at fairs all the time, I'm lucky if I can come up with one good idea a day, but if you give me your good idea, then I'm good for that day. So yeah.
So you will take on a challenge.
Exactly. This piece is actually one that came from a custom order. So this, I don't know how well this is. I changed up the colors when I redid it for myself, but so it's all this stuff, and then on the back, it's got a long sort of thing that goes down the back, and all of these chains. It's kind of like body chain plus necklace.
Yeah, it's body jewelry. It's pretty.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm kind of trying to branch a little more into some of the adult stuff. I also do kids armor in and I do what I think is a pretty cool thing with when I do children's armor. I start out for a size that will work for a 2 or 3 year old, and then I have different sizes all the way up to teenagers. And if somebody is local to me and sees me every year, I will, for a few extra dollars, scale it up. Especially if they talk to me ahead of time, I'll add sections so that it's like, oh, now it continues to fit you. Because I understand kids grow way too fast. And if you're,
I think I saw Gunther mention that he would love to have some scale mail armor, but I don't think troll size is.
But Gunther also wants all
I think
Gunther's
done growing.
No, I don't think Gunther's done growing, honestly.
Scale mail in particular does get kind of pricey when it is on larger people. Myself, like if I don't know if I could afford the scale mail armor I sell if I wasn't making it for myself, but I love making full suits of scale. I've got somebody who I'm going to be doing a quote for a full shirt of scale for his wedding.
Nice.
All of the bridesmaids are going to be fairies, and he's thinking he's going to be a dragon. So I'll
cool.
hook him up with a tail and yeah. I mean, that
sounds like a fun wedding to attend.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm probably going to be on the guest list too, but that's not the point.
So what is our giveaway item for the week?
So the giveaway item is one of my, it doesn't have to be this one. This is just the one that came closest to hand. This is one of my baby dragons. They've got little wiggly legs. You can see it on the underside. They can be made into brooches so that they can sit on your shoulder if you want. But they've got their little wings and their little tails.
Cute.
I love that. And is it in any color, or is it that specific one right there?
It's in any color. I have a fairly good stock because I stocked up a lot at the beginning of the year, and they do better in person when people can see how absolutely adorable they are, and when they can pick them up and play with them. They're really wonderfully tactile. They're great for people with ADD or just to have like a little something to fidget with. It's an adoption. It's not. I'm giving away an adoption for the baby dragons to find their home, and one of the parts of the adoption is that I offer molting services. So if you want your baby dragon to grow up into a larger dragon, they start out at this little size, and then they grow. The next size up is this medium-sized dragon, kind of fairly large but not enormous, and then the largest size is.
Is there a trade-in program?
A trade-in program.
Molting. He said
it's molting fees. So once you feel your dragon has grown up enough, you either contact me ahead of time, preferably, and then see me at a fair, or send him in, and I will help with the molting process, and you will receive a larger, more developed dragon of your choice, or of the same, like they grow up.
We have to turn in his horde with him too, though, right?
No, you get to keep the horde. If you send in the horde, it gets too complicated.
You're on mute, Ion.
Oh yeah, you gotta help them mold, otherwise their wings get caught. And...
Exactly, it's a whole process, and if you I ask people, people ask, well, what do they eat, and I'm like, whatever they want. They're dragons.
Right. You taste good with ketchup.
Exactly. If you
Purple
find what
ketchup.
they will eat, I would love to know, because that I think would help them grow and molt more easily, and I would have to spend less time in the dragon mines mining out making new dragons.
Well,
so the way you initially
go ahead.
The way you initially described the little dragons when you introduced them resonated with me, because I have that in common. I too do better in person when people can see how adorable I am.
Exactly.
I really like that description you gave of the dragon, because same.
If I hold up, like if someone is passing my booth, and I hold up one of my little baby dragons and go, "Would you like to adopt a little baby dragon?" and they don't go, "Oh," I've done something wrong, or they don't have a soul. It's like it's one of like.
There could be the missing soul.
A new magic word, and since the giveaway item is baby dragon, we need a new magic word, you guys watching out there in the audience. What should our magic word for this be? Molt?
Ooh, molting.
What about scale? Is that too boring?
Scales are good.
Scale could work.
What? Do I see a Gunther in the wings?
Molt?
Because I think Gunther wants one.
Gunther, do you want to be here with us? All right.
Gunther.
Yes. So we need a magic word for this week.
Smog.
Oh, a dragon name is a good.
Smog.
What are the
I just said it. So it's a thing.
It's a thing.
Well, I'm not even sure I know how to. Hey, upscale. That's kind of a cool word.
S-M-A-U-G.
I know how to spell smog. I don't know how to spell molt. Is it M-O-L-T?
I think so.
Okay.
Why would you want to spell mold? That's what happens when. That's what happens when the scale gets nasty.
No, that's mold.
That's mold.
You don't want scale mold.
No,
that was the green Reese cups.
Mold is what happens when my feet get nasty. There's a difference.
I thought it was yellow.
Let's not talk about gross. So I think I like smog, because that's a pretty on point. So this week's magic word will be smog, and what that means for all of you watching at home is if you would like to be entered to win the baby dragon, then after the show is over, you need to go to the YouTube channel and in the comment section type the word smog, and you will be entered. And next week, yes, we are. Sorry, I'm thinking about this weekend, but we should be here next week like normal as well. So, because this week we're not going to be here like normal. So, since we're all going to Dryad's Rest for the COVID safe campout, the little thing, it's a mini little campout, but we'll be there. So anyway, the point is, the magic word is smog. Go put it in the comments if you want to be entered to win the awesome baby dragon. Now, the baby dragon, you guys, also has to be enchanted and have some magic powers. So I want to hear some magic power suggestions for the baby dragon.
Definitely.
Ooh.
Not just a weapon, but like what other magic powers it has.
It can animate and fly off and scout for you.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, so to explain, two times a month, about every other week. So first Tuesdays, Saturdays. First Tuesdays, fourth Saturdays. Sorry, did I get that right? I think I got that right. Anyway, we have. I think it's supposed to be the second Saturday, third Saturday. I don't know. Whatever. We have a hedge gathering in Discord. And that is where you can use these items if you happen to win them, and you can activate their magic powers. That's why we call them enchanted items. And so we have to assign it a magic power. So Ion, your suggestion is that it can be a scout.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can fly off and go look at stuff for you.
I think it should
You
double
just
your
imagine
dross.
a flying tail.
Dana says it should double your dross.
I don't know if I like it.
Well, because dragons are usually good at
Watch if you're
gathering a
hungry.
horde.
Yeah, definitely.
And so, what did you say, Count Morbid?
Watches your horde.
It watches
Watches
your
your
horde.
Guards your treasure for you.
So we have a treasure guardian, a treasure boost, and a scout. Those are the three things. I guess we'll have to decide which one we want that to be.
Could be a cuteness bonus. It should give cuteness bonuses as well.
Well, so we have this suggestion from the audience, which is double your dross makes sense. Find hidden treasure. I like that because it's like scout, but it's a little more specific, right? Then it sort of puts together the whole dross thing, and I think I like find hidden treasure. Might have to find a way to refine that, but that could, well, and it's a baby dragon, so it can go small places, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, that's why I was saying that it helps find all the hidden treasure. That's how come you get extra dross.
I feel like though that's what the dragon egg did from a few weeks ago when we had, let me see, the baby dragon egg, and its magic power was yes, the egg will begin to glow ever brighter whenever the holder nears proximity to other enchanted items or actual gold. So not quite the same, slightly different.
Well, I mean, this one's hatched.
Right? So it has a broader range of magical things that it can find, right?
Occasionally eat your magic items.
Yes. if you botch, it actually just eats it, right? Good ketchup.
Nom nom nom.
All right. Well, is there anything
with
you want to
tomato ketchup or with
fish brine ketchup?
Tomato ketchup? You mean brine pickled fish sauce?
You know what? Whatever the dragon likes.
There was one thing I wanted to mention before I think that it's one of the benefits of my shop that all of my work I guarantee for my entire lifetime. So after I'm dead, it's not guaranteed anymore. But for as long as I'm alive and making chainmail, all of my work is guaranteed. All I ask is that you pay shipping to get it to me, and most of the item is there, and then I will ship it back to you fully repaired. And that goes
to your health then, right?
Exactly. It's benefits for all of my customers.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I buy something from you and you die next year, I'm going to feel really cheated.
Exactly. I'm also hoping that I will induct my children. I have 2 sons, so I'm hoping that eventually I'll teach them to make chainmail, and I don't want to give them a life of servitude of having to repair all of their dad's old work. But so that's why I say it's my
passed down to the family line.
Exactly.
This is a good one, and this one would have been so relevant to your last foray across the hedge there, Ion. You're mute.
Indeed, it would. It would have, yes. We eventually got there.
Well, so with that said, then I guess we shall let you go, Dan. Thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah, absolutely. You have wonderful work, and look forward to. Please, everybody, his information is in the low bar. It's in the ticker. You can find it after the show at any time. Go and check out his work. It's beautiful, and get yourself I mean, come on, Halloween is coming up. This is the time to buy the dragon tail. By the way, we are having a costume contest as part of our Cyber Samhain. So, yes, that is one of the things.
Dragon tail could clinch the victory for you.
Exactly, right? Dragon tails are those fancy dragon tails, right? So, now is the time. Get on it. And with that said, we will bid you a good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, there we are. That it was
His
awesome.
stuff is so awesome.
It is awesome. I want to pet it all, actually. It's like I can feel how I can imagine how it would feel on my hand just looking at it.
I want to grab my egg over there and play with it.
Well, I'm glad that you made it, Gunther, because it's now the news time, and this is when you classically read gossip for us.
I don't have any gossip.
Oh, what?
We have a request to reiterate the Cyber Samhain information.
Yes, I just saw that, and so I will do that before we get to what?
What? Yeah, please tell us more about Cyber Samhain.
Yes, I am going to. Okay, so Cyber Samhain. So Cyber Samhain. Oh my gosh, it is on Samhain, October 31st. We will be here beginning at 7:30 p.m. and we have a full schedule lineup of things. We're going to start with a dumb supper. You got if you haven't been, we did our first live dumb supper last year in person, but obviously that will not be a thing for this year. So dumb supper is basically ancestral recognition, and we have a little bit of bite to eat, a little bit of thing to drink, and that usually takes place in silence, whatever the case. That all gets explained at time. We're having a dumb supper followed by a reading of names from the Book of Remembrance, and you can go to that link that you see on the screen right now, and you can sign up for free. And on that link you can put names in for the Book of Remembrance if you have anybody. We will also be doing a Tooth Fairy candy exchange, and also at that link right there to sign up. It is basically a kind of a secret Santa where we will all be getting one partner, and you buy some kind of a candy package for that partner. You will snail mail it to them, and then on Halloween, on our Cyber Samhain event, we will all open them and nosh on the candies together. And then we're going to have a costume contest, and if we can arrange it, we're going to try to go on a live ghost hunt. So Gunther is our resident expert on ghost hunting, and we really want to go out and do it, but I don't want to make any promises because there are a lot of technical things involved with doing that. So, but we're going to shoot for it. So that is a thing. And we would invite you all, if you are on our Patreon and you are a member there, then we will be inviting you to actually join us here on screen on the show, because we can have up to 10 people here. So we can have people coming and going all night long, and you can chill out and talk with us. And that way nobody has to be alone on Halloween when we're all supposed to largely stay inside. So that is the more about Cyber Samhain. And the link for this is also in the description below bar. So you can go there and click that, and onward you go to fill out the form for getting in the Tooth Fairy candy exchange. So, Count Morbid, you had a question?
Well, yes. Since it will be online, what we should do is for the observance for the dumb supper is have the moment of mute.
The moment of mute, as opposed to silence,
yes. Instead of silence, just we would it.
Yeah, so let's try it right now.
We would
a minute mute. It becomes a minute mute.
Unmute yourself. Count Morbid, unmute yourself.
It's a mutiny.
By the way, did you ever think you'd say those words?
Not this week.
Count Morbid, unmute yourself.
No. No, I didn't. In fact, it might be the first time ever. It's a mutiny.
That's what I said.
I know.
My jokes.
I know. I heard your joke. I'm acknowledging it. It's funny. And I'm glad
I still think we should be eating, but then not muting ourselves, just being quiet.
Well, we are going to do the eating thing. That's part of it.
Well, yeah, but I feel really bad when I crunch on a bagel chip, and you guys all could hear me through my microphone, but I wouldn't feel bad if it's dumb supper.
Well, no, because at the dumb supper, the very point of it is to actively notice everything that there is to notice about eating. So you notice the sound, you notice the texture and the flavor, and you focus on all of those things because while the shroud is thin, then the ancestors can share that with you vicariously. So, I really want some of the. Yeah, I want you to send me some of your Reese's Pieces. That's what I want, Count Morbid. I mean, I want many things, but at this exact second, no. It's nice to have your wants granted. That's it.
However, I don't think there will be any dancing at this particular dumb supper.
Think? Well, there could be, but not like there was.
Well,
you can dance if you want to.
You can leave your friends behind.
No.
Let's dance. Oh man.
Dance.
Let's see.
Actually,
Okay.
Gunther, you remind me of the babe.
What babe?
The babe with the power.
What power?
The power of voodoo.
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 Do what?
Remind me of the babe.
By the way, that really is the mating call for Ren Fairs.
It works though if you're looking for your people. It totally works. Okay, so it is article time, and article time means that Gunther is going to read us a piece of gossip while I review which 2 articles we are to choose from. Go, Gunther, go.
I heard a rumor that Gunther didn't have any gossip this week.
Yeah, that's not true. He just didn't want to read it. Is it true that Count Morbid, for laughs, goes and rings random doorbells, and then when the people answer, he just stares at them, holding out a 6-foot pole, and, of course, with a mask on?
I don't wear a mask.
Already scary enough, huh?
He demands the 6 foot even at the door. It's lovely. What are you reading, Fairy Princess Lily? What did you find?
I'm looking at the titles of the articles.
Is there something wrong with him?
Oh, we never did that Belgian City one.
You were not supposed to delete them. Those were wonderful articles.
No, we already did them.
No, those ones weren't. I took out the ones that were already done.
No, not all of them. You didn't take out the monkey selfie one, and we already did that one.
Okay, the monkey selfie one was hilarious, needed to be redone. Okay.
I am really happy I don't have any monkeys stealing my phone.
Let's see. Actually, I know about this eBay story. That one's kind of old.
Did you know that on Mars that the sunsets are actually blue?
No, they're not. Really? What?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. A kitten that looks like Baby Yoda was rescued from a California wildfire versus where did it go? The holiday everyone needs right now is Fat Bear Week. Those are the 2 articles at this moment. You guys, the kitten. Okay, Ion, do you have the timer? Okay, here we go. And go with the timer. Go. And if you want to hear about a kitten that looks like Baby Yoda, press number 1. And if you want to hear about Fat Bear Week, press number 2. Kitten that looks like Baby Yoda, press number 1, and Fat Bear Week number 2. Because quite frankly, right now, I basically just only want to watch fun animal videos. I feel as though things have been recently very stressful, especially after.
Well, there were definitely animal videos yesterday, but wrong kind of animals. Political animals.
Yeah, so kitten that looks like Yoda number 1, and Fat Bear Week number 2.
Fat Bear Week.
Right?
Fat Bear Week.
I'm just saying, I need something that's. Yes. What?
Rotund.
I was going to say for one of the future weeks in October, I bet we could find just Halloween / spooky weird stories for once.
We've done that. We did that last year.
You sound so put out by it. For once, can we just have only spooky stories?
Oh no! I meant as far as doing a theme / and yes, we did it last year because it turned out Halloween was then also. I think it's okay to repeat that particular theme. Oh, what was the other thing?
Timer's expired.
The timer's out. Okay, what do we have? What did you guys vote on? So it was the Yoda Cat one, and the Fat Bear Week was number 2, and so we have 2 votes for 1 and 1 vote for 2. What?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that on TV.
I can't get my pinky to stay
Very
down.
slowly. No, that's not okay.
I can't beat Jeff Hardy?
That's not Jeff Hardy.
Yes, it is.
That's Jeff Hardy.
I can't do that.
That's Jeff Hardy, yes.
Oh.
What you did was not okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was Jeff Hardy. I'm sorry, my bad. Oh, okay. Okay, so we have 2 votes for 1 and 1 vote for 2. And that means that we are going to hear about Kitten That Looks Like Yoda. I met him in a swamp down in Dagobah.
Yo,
I don't know. Oh, this is, I keep clicking on this one, and it is not the one that I want to click on. Here we go. The wrong tab. Here we go. A kitten that looks like, what is this horrible, huge ad? Okay, kitten that looks like Baby Yoda was rescued from a California. Look at the little guy. Aww. Let's see. The force must have been with a kitten rescued in Northern California wildfire, as the feline bears a striking resemblance to Baby Yoda. Firefighters found the kitten, estimated to be about 2 to 3 weeks old. That's really tiny. That's practically just born, in the middle of the road while battling the North Complex fire in Northern California on September 20th. The kitten was covered in smoke and ash when she was taken to the Cal Oak Animal Shelter and examined by a veterinarian. North Valley Animal Disaster Group said on Facebook. Let's see. The group named her, of course, Baby Yoda. Oh, look at the pictures of the kitty. Oh, man. I would be done for. As of last night, her foster has said that she's doing great. North Valley Vice President Norm Rosine told CNN, Baby Yoda will have no problem finding a home. With enormous ears and round eyes and a little button nose, Baby Yoda looks just like the Star Wars character and is hard to resist. Rosine said the group has... How would you even be able to get rid of it if that came... I couldn't. I could never work at an adoption shelter. Because they would have to go away after you've taken care of them and cleaned them all up and made sure they're healthy, and then you have to give them away. Ow! Sounds terrible. Anyway, she is currently in the care of a medical foster care provider who is showering her with love and attention until she's ready to be adopted. The rescue group waits for at least a month for displaced victims of fires to claim rescued pets before offering them for adoption. Animals displaced or lost during the North Fire Complex are listed on the Pet Harbor website. Oh, that was a fun story and cute. Straightforward and simple. I almost feel like we should just go ahead and do the other one as well.
I would be tempted if we had the Baby Yoda cat to do a photo shoot with frog legs sticking out of its mouth.
Bear.
Yes, I'm going to do the bear actually, because I sort of want to see what Fat Bear Week is about. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. What? Why no bears?
I said the bears.
The bears. The bears.
Amusingly enough, I think
they came back last week.
Well, it's an annual contest, and I think we did do this story once, but it is worth doing it again because bears.
Fat Bear Week? I don't think we did this one. I mean, maybe it was on the list but didn't get chosen. So the holiday everyone needs right now is upon us. Fat Bear Week. I mean, maybe, I don't know. It doesn't look familiar. That is a fat bear, isn't it? Fat Bear Week, the one time a year where you can openly and proudly cheer for your favorite chubby bear, is back.
Extremely curvy there.
The annual
What?
competition held by Katmai National Park in Alaska crowns the fattest bear in the state's Brook River. Created 6 years ago, the competition features the area's largest bears competing against each other in a full-on tournament, bracket and all. The first official day of voting via online submissions, that's kind of funny, begins on Wednesday, September 30th, and the winner will be picked on Tuesday, October 6th. For bears, gaining weight before hibernation is really important for their health. There is no shame in winning this contest, as large amounts of body fat in brown bears is indicative of good health and strong chances of survival, the National Park Services said in the news release last year. Brown bears in Alaska are the largest in the world and can weigh between 600 and 900 pounds. They are usually twice as heavy before hibernation, as they will become spring. During winter hibernation, which can last for up to half of the year in their den, the bear could lose up to 1/3 of its body mass. In preparation, the bears are entering hyperphagia. What is hyperphagia?
I think I went to high school with her.
That's the official word for hibernation?
Technically, that's the body process that they go into when they eat their own body fat for sleeping stuff.
Man. Why can't I go into hyperphagia when I go to sleep?
Because you would end up eating like the entire bit of your body. And
you also don't sleep for many months at a time.
I know. I would just like to, at night go into hyperphagia, eat a little bit of body fat, get up in the morning. That'd be great. I kind of want to go to this. So I guess that Fat Bear Week must be starting then, because today is September 30th.
Yeah. Well, the point would be you'd wake up in spring, not in the morning.
About that, that might not be so bad, to be honest. I just sleep right through the winter. I don't even know.
2020 be over.
Without going into details, imagine. Well, I mean, it's 2020. Imagine if you miss a week of 2020, you're about like 2 years behind in the news.
Man, that is like true, isn't it? Holy smokes!
Like, this would be a bad year to wake up from a coma.
Oh man. Okay, so Gunther, piece of gossip.
All right. Let's see. Is it true that Fair News Network and Handmade Home Shopping has been bought by Disney, and now Fairy Princess Lolly is a Disney princess and a Star Wars princess?
No.
We'd be wearing a lot like bigger costumes now, though, wouldn't we?
I don't know. I don't think Disney brought me in.
Let's see.
Does this also mean that Gunther Hammerhands is now a Disney princess?
You are all princesses.
I always was a Disney princess.
Okay, we're going to choose. We're going to have a competition between skeletons.
Oh no!
Ion, do you have the timer? All right, our 2 shows for you guys to choose between are going to be Showman's Rest, Chicago's Clown Graveyard, versus this 2-year-old boy proudly brings his bestie, a skeleton, everywhere with him. So if you would like to hear about Chicago's Clown Graveyard, press number 1. And if you would like to hear about a 2-year-old who drags a skeleton with him everywhere, press number 2. Ion, set the timer. Yes, number 1 for Clown Graveyard, number 2 for Kid with Skeleton.
I suspect this is not in the article, but I wonder how many clowns in the graveyard were in the same car accident.
one car, 40 clowns. That's a terrible joke. If you want to hear the article about the clown graveyard and discover whether or not it's because the clown car crashed, Rest number 1. And if you want to hear about a kid who drags his skeleton everywhere, basically this is what we're going to read there is Count Morbid's baby book.
Did you know, as of 1998, that 50% of the population of Iceland believed in elves?
I mean, I don't know what the percentage is now, but there's a lot. They literally have a place called Elf School.
Right.
I really want to go there, but I'm not sure that coming here from the New World, if any place else in the world will let us cross the borders to be there because of COVID and things.
That's unfortunate. What we got? Which one is it?
Oh,
Timer's up.
Time's up. Let's see. We have 1 vote for 1 that I see. Let's see. The next question is, was it an old school VW Beetle? 2 votes for 1. Okay, here we go. So we are going to read about the clown graveyard. Oops. Oh, uh-oh. I hear a silky thing at the door.
What did she do? Spider-Man against the screen?
Yes. Can you let a silky thing in?
Meow.
I got it.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. I'm getting to it. Okay. Sorry guys. Okay, I'm getting there. There was a brief interruption there for a furry feline to come in. And let's see. Okay, here we are. You guys can see it? Yes. So, Showman's Rest, Chicago's Clown Graveyard. Showman's Rest. Wow, that's a lot of caskets. Big mass grave. Okay. Showman's Rest is the site of a mass burial of clowns and other circus performers in Chicago after a train wreck killed 86 members of the Hagenbeck Wallace Circus in 1918. Almost.
Oh my gosh.
Car. Wow.
That's not quite a clown car, but still.
Wow. What do you call a section of a train? It's a train car. So I mean, terrible. And I like my little advertisement here at the top, right? Morbid must reads. Sorry, I muted you guys because I didn't know what was going on there with Gunther for a second, but he's back, and so I will continue reading. In Forest Park, Illinois, the Woodlawn Cemetery contains a large plot marked by elephant statues. Engraved at the base of one large elephant are the words Showman's League of America. On the gravestones, the dates of death are all marked June 22nd, 1918. Beneath is a mass grave containing the remains of clowns, trapeze artists, strongmen, and other circus performers. It's actually really kind of sad. Holy shit.
It's kind of creepy.
On the
I mean, if you didn't know that what had happened,
yeah,
and you went there and saw that, you'd be like, "Whoa!"
Wow, that's really weird that a mass death is actually sad.
It's sad.
Well,
that whole situation should be lined up with a Jack in the Box casket.
No.
I'm not a big fan of clowns, but I still think that that kind of train wreck is, well, a train wreck.
It says at the top, Morbid must read. The 2020 Cult of Weird Fall reading list is here.
Well, maybe we'll click on that in a second. On the night of June 22nd, 1918, members of the Hagenbeck Wallace Circus were asleep in the rear cars of their train. It was 4 a.m. and the train had stopped just outside Hammond, Indiana, to cool an overheated axle box. They were en route to their next performance in Hammond and then on to Monroe, Wisconsin. They would never make it. A second train carrying the animals and some people was about 90 minutes ahead of them. They would not hear of the disaster until they pulled into Hammond that morning and solemnly gathered for a roll call to determine who was missing. Alonzo Sargent, an engineer for 16 years with the Michigan Central Railroad, had fallen asleep at the helm of an empty 21-car military troop train. He missed all the automatic signals and flares warning him of the stalled train, smashing into the wooden circus cars at about 35 miles per hour. Most of the dead were believed to have been killed within the first 30 seconds, as the survivors scrambled to pull themselves from the splintered mess. The train's old-fashioned kerosene-fueled lanterns ignited the wreckage. Wow. Those who survived watched helplessly as their friends and family succumbed to the inferno. In the hours following the crash, bodies were still being extracted from the smoldering wreck. Joe Coyle, a clown, was seen weeping beside the crushed bodies of his wife and children. That is so sad. There were 127 injured and an estimated 86 dead. A mass grave was dug in a section of Chicago's Woodlawn Cemetery that had recently been purchased by the Showmen's League of America. Many of the remains were unidentifiable or known only by their stage names, so headstones at Showman's Rest are marked with things like Baldy, Smiley, and unknown female number 43. Man, that's sad. I wonder if I can click that. Nope. Today, original circus wagons from the Hagenbeck Wallace Circus can be seen at Circus World in Baraboo, Wisconsin. Their winter headquarters in Peru, Indiana, is now the International Circus Hall of Fame. For further reading, take a look at these great articles I referenced while researching the details of the Hammond Circus train wreck. Wow, that is really sad.
Hey, I didn't find the article. You did.
I mean, that doesn't mean it's not sad. I'm clicking this thing, though. The Morbid Must-Reads the Cult of Weird Fall reading list. Let's see.
It's telling us Morbid must read this.
Well, I'm not going to go over all of them. Clown in a Cornfield. I just want to kind of cruise through it. The Talking Dead, a collection of messages from beyond the veil. Let's see. Unique gravestones, cursed objects, the only good Indians. A Native American slasher story with antlers. Well, okay. 18 tiny deaths. The untold story of Francis Glessner Lee and the invention of modern forensics. Well, that's interesting. My Little Occult Book Club.
That sounds like fun. We need to get that one.
the unidentified mythical monsters, alien encounters, and our obsession with the unexplained. Clown in a Cornfield.
That sounds like what we just read.
Dark Archives, a librarian's investigation into the science and history of books bound in human skin.
That sounds like cool. A book club thing, yeah?
Well, I actually know some about that it was...
Why does that not surprise me?
Well, I bind books. I mean, it makes sense.
In right? Human skin, apparently, too, yeah?
No, but human skin was popular to use for things like vellum as well, because there have been points in time in human history where people died with such speed that using those, like, they became a resource, so to speak, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then also, some books that were bound in human flesh were done so because they were otherwise noble or elite people who wanted, say, like a biography or an autobiography of themselves to be bound in their own flesh, which was kind of one of those weird popular things to do there for a minute. So they would die, and then their flesh would be used to bind a book about them, and yeah. Anyway.
Kind of like that guy that donated his skull for Shakespeare productions.
What? Like to be used as
Horatio.
Alas for Yorick. I knew him well.
Yeah. Yeah, his skull has now been used for Yorick a few times. He was donated in 2010 or 2009 time period, and his skull belongs to some company in England to put on Shakespeare with.
Here's this one. You can now get your tattoo removed and framed once you pass on. I wonder if you can get a book bound with it. I mean, if it was legally done, I would bind a book like that. That would be an amazing project to try to do, the challenge. But I don't know what the ins and outs or the legalities of that sort of thing are. Anyway, okay, so time for some more gossip.
Okay. Let's see. Famous Dana has discovered strawberries. That strawberries can also be white, yellow, and some of them even taste like pineapple.
Honestly, I liked it just as Famous Dana has discovered strawberries. I thought just that as the headline was amazing.
She usually does, and she usually shoves them in my face.
No, but like if she just now learned of their existence.
No. Yeah, actually, my aunt loves strawberries and planted a bunch of them in my yard, and I took care of the strawberry plants very carefully so that they would keep producing strawberries. But I did just recently try a strawberry that tasted like a pineapple, and it was very confusing to the senses because it still like had the texture of a strawberry, the shape of a strawberry, but it was weird. It was weird. It's like those grapes that taste like cotton candy.
I love
them.
I do.
Or the apples that taste like grapes.
The grapples? Yeah, I've had those.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're called grapples.
I've also had the Asian pears, and their texture is more like apples as well. But
I thought you were going to tell me they taste like Asians. I was like, wait, what?
I have not licked one of those recently to find out what they taste like.
Okay, here we go. We're going to have a battle between parrots in a wildlife park are removed after swearing at visitors versus a kickboxing etiquette teacher fights off a ninja costume wearing mugger in Manhattan. So if you want to hear about swearing, okay, Ion, do you have the, okay, yes, if you want to hear about swearing parrots, honestly, I actually want to hear the swearing parrots, to be honest. It's swearing parrots versus, swearing parrots is number one, and kickboxing teacher versus ninja costume mugger, the ninja mugger in Manhattan is number two. So, yeah, I don't know, man. They're better if Parrots wins, there better be a dang video. That's all I can say, because I really want to hear the swearing parrots. What did they even say, right? And how did swearing parrots get there in the first place? What were people doing to make the parrots swear at them? Existing.
If they say no comment or I plead the fifth, that would be perfect.
Releasing their parrots into the wild because parrots live a lot longer than the people who own them.
Did you know that all dogs are banned from Antarctica and have been since April 1994? And it was actually done because they were afraid that dogs would spread disease to the seals?
I think you're barking up the wrong tree there.
Okay, Persephone, I don't know where you're at, so I don't know how to answer your question. Otherwise, I would.
What?
Clarify for me. I was just seeing. Oh, wait, did it run out? Do we have any votes?
Timer's up.
Okay, we have no votes. So, Count Morbid, what do you want to hear about? Swearing parrots or whatever the other one was?
The kickboxing
The kickboxing teacher versus the ninja.
Parrots.
Okay, one for parrots. Famous Dana, what do you want to hear about?
Let's hear about the parrots.
Okay, Gunther?
I mean, yeah, let's go ahead and hear about the parrots.
Ion?
To be slightly contrarian, I'm going to go with the kickboxing versus ninja.
Why? Why do you feel the need to be contrarian? I mean, just you feel
I don't
bad,
feel
like,
that way.
Because it's an etiquette teacher. It's an etiquette teacher facing ninjas.
It's
Just
a
saying.
replay of the Kickboxer movie.
I don't feel contrary. Of course you don't. Okay, here we go. If there's not a video though, I'm killing it. We're moving to the next one. Okay, here we go. Oh, in a British wildlife park, does that mean they swear in a British accent? Do you think that they do?
Probably.
Do you want me to demonstrate?
What does it even mean to swear in British? And they're like,
Do you want me to demonstrate?
Be called a wanker instead of.
It's a bloody wanker. All right.
Parrots in a wildlife park moved after swearing at visitors. Oh, the pretty parrot. Let's see. Okay, 5 parrots have been removed from public view at a British wildlife park after they started swearing at customers. The foul-mouthed birds were split up after they launched a number of different expletives at visitors and staff just days after being donated to the Lincolnshire Wildlife Park in eastern England. It just went ballistic. They were all swearing. The venue's chief executive, Steve Nichols, told CNN Travel on Tuesday. We were a little concerned about the children. I get called a fat every time. I'm not going to say it out loud, but
Tart.
Tart, yes. Every time I walk past. Wow.
I love it.
What a thing to train somebody, though, right? The African gray parrots named Eric, Jade, Elsie, Tyson, and Billy. Man, those are boring names for birds. Were given to the park from 5 different owners within the same week and shared a quarantining facility together before being placed on display. But staff immediately noticed that the birds shared a propensity to fly off the handle. They literally, within a very short period of time, started swearing at each other. Nichols said, F off is the most common one. It's a very easy one for them to learn. But the birds would utter anything you can think of. Most customers enjoyed the talent once the parrots were displayed. The visitors were giving them as much back as what they were given to them, Nichols said. But concern for younger customers forced staff to split up the birds and temporarily remove them from the park's public areas. Now, staff now hopes that the birds' language will become more family-friendly now that they have been separated. To take in a swearing parrot isn't an unusual thing. It's something that happens probably 3 or 4 times a year. But the pandemic has led to a surge in donations as owners spend more time with their birds and decide to give them to parks that can provide them with a larger living space, he explained. We would normally take in 1 or 2 parrots in a fortnight. Today we took in 8, he said. African greys are among the most popular species. Around 1.1 million indoor birds were kept as pets in the UK in 2019. Blah, 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 blah. Man, no video. Curses. I was really excited to see a video of the swearing parrots.
Always tell them to F off.
Right? F off, right?
Fats tarts.
They could have it on cable, which makes it okay to say that.
I mean, they weren't on anything. Oh, well, the article, but they can put it on the YouTubes.
I was being a jerk. There's a joke about we lost Lolly. Lolly down, Lolly down.
Row, Lolly down.
Maybe she's just sideways.
She does that sometimes. She'll come back and be embarrassed.
I don't know what happened. I heard you say that, Gunther. I heard that. That is unkind, sir. Unkind.
I called it.
Oh man. Okay, so that was the story of the parrots. I don't know. I feel like it was anticlimactic. Should we have done the other one? The kickboxing teacher versus ninja costume mugger.
To be fair, it's probably anticlimactic as well. It's the news.
It probably does not have any video of it either.
I mean, unless that ethics teacher is hitting them with a spinning roundhouse kick, it's, you know.
Let's see.
Chuck Norris it up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Go big or go home.
So let's see. So okay, gossip, Gunther.
Sure, yeah. Let's see here.
Is that like an outfit that Gunther puts on? Is a gossip Gunther?
It's a hat.
Like
Okay, I
Malibu
just want to
Barbie.
say, if you guys want to contribute articles or gossip for Gunther, we do have a link for that. It is right there. It is also in all of the low bars. You could just go and click it and submit the things, and then hopefully they will get on the show. We have a big list of things usually, so it will be put onto the list at the bare minimum.
Is it true that Count Morbid is in fact not a Slua, but rather a Muppet ran by sentient rats?
What? Is it true, Count Morbid?
Was this
a stack
Poppy?
of rats in a trench coat?
I was asking if it was Poppy.
Okay. First off, that sounds like Poppy. And secondly, I would like to repudiate that. I would like to declare that it's untrue by making the official statement of that's my final statement.
Okay, so here we go. These are the two
By the way,
choices.
I may have to go.
We have 10 minutes.
I was going to say I may have to go because did she freeze again? No, I was going to say I may have to go because the denizens of the manor have gone to bed and I have to be quiet, so I may have to go soon. Plus technical difficulties.
Okay, so so the art. Do you have the timer, Ion? Okay.
I thought Morbid was saying he may have ghosts, but he said he may have to go. So
Okay.
about the same, I guess.
Article number 1. Tourist captures a ghost sighting at Gettysburg Battlefield and sparks debate. Article number 2. My dentist saved my tooth but wiped my memory. So, if you would like to hear
a terrible dentist.
the Gettysburg ghost sighting, press number 1. If you would like to hear about the tooth-saving, memory-wiping dentist, then press number 2. Why is it that dentists are always the evil ones, right? I mean, it's always they're always the ones that are in the horror movies doing weird things. So
usually it's the ones that run the crazy houses.
I mean, I'm just wondering. So let's see.
Did you know that Bluetooth technology was named after
Good night, y'all. I have to go remove some.
Oh, okay. Well, goodbye, Count Morbid. I guess that was that. Okay, so if you guys want to hear about the Gettysburg ghost sighting, press number 1. And if you want to hear about the dentist who saved the tooth but wiped the memory, then press number 2. Number 1, ghost. Number 2, tooth. Yes. Oh, I thought you were raising your hand, Dana. You're voting for number 1, the ghost sighting.
Did you know that in fact Bluetooth technology was named after a 10th century king, King Harold Bluetooth? And he is the one that united Denmark and Norway. Yes. Just like the wireless technology unites computers and cell phones today.
I knew that.
No, you didn't.
I did know that. That's what the symbol of Bluetooth is.
So they were wired?
No, he united the two countries. And so when the
without
Bluetooth was great, without wires.
Okay.
Politically speaking. And then when they invented the wireless transmission known as Bluetooth, they called it that.
I was thinking that he sewed the two countries together with a big wire.
It also conveniently gave them a little icon that would be unique to use.
So we have 1 vote for 1. Famous Dana, what do you vote for? You added 1. Baron Hammerhands, what do you vote for?
6.
Okay, Ion Leprechaun, what do you vote for?
2.
Okay, we have 2 votes for 1 and 1 vote for 2. And
no vote for 6? What? You ignored me then.
Yeah, but there is no 6, so it's irrelevant.
You are number 6.
I've been voted off the island.
I think he was quoting The Prisoner.
I don't think that you qualify.
Correct. I was
under
quoting
Order
The Prisoner,
66.
which is indeed a great bit of sci-fi. Well, whatever it is.
Okay, here we go.
Page not found.
What?
Aw.
Okay,
What
I'm
happened?
gonna. It
There was
says
a
page
404 failure.
Which one was that?
404
404.
failure.
Hang on.
Ghost of at Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Hang on. I get it.
Okay.
Don't know why it's not there,
It was
but I
a
get it.
ding. It was
I
a
don't
Yeah.
know. Oh, let's see.
I got it.
What? Nuh-uh. If I remember, Harold Bluetooth was also really well known for, or was also known for really liking blueberries to the point that they stained his teeth. No. Urban legend.
Seems legit.
I can't tell if you're joking or not. I don't know about that. Did you find it, Gunther?
Yep. Hang on. Fixing your link right now.
All right.
Give me just a second.
Fix it. I know. Everybody's waiting. No pressure.
None whatsoever.
I know.
Not try it.
Under pressure.
Ding, 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 ding. Uh-oh. Are we going to get taken down now for having a copyright infringement?
From Vanilla Ice and Queen.
I thought that Vanilla Ice was already copywriting infringing.
Yeah, well, you know.
They actually got permission from David Bowie.
It's like a meta infringement. David Bowie? I thought it was Queen.
Queen with David Bowie.
Well, which one of them has to actually give the permission?
Either one of them.
Interesting. Okay, you fixed it?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Same spot.
I don't see where you have sent it to me.
Just click the link.
What? Oh, okay.
Updating. Updating.
Yes, here we go. Okay,
Did that work?
it did, and I'm going there now. Sorry, I didn't quite know what you meant. Here we go. So, video. Tourist captures ghost sighting at Gettysburg battlefield and sparks debate. Okay, where's the dang video? A video posted by a tourist that shows what appears to be a ghost sighting at Gettysburg battlefield has launched an online debate. Is this it? Okay, I think this is it. It won't make it big.
Oh.
What? No. Did you guys see it? Okay, go away, stupid sound. How come it will do everything, but what does it say? Full screen is unavailable, learn more.
Oh.
Well, what if I just, like... Did you guys see it, though?
I didn't see nothing.
There was a
Wasn't
little
checked.
like shadowy thing that went that way, and
Yes, here. Okay, we'll watch it again. There's an arrow that points to it.
Weak.
Okay, Gunther, you're the resident ghost hunter. What do you think that it is?
Like a bug.
You think it's a bug?
Yeah. Especially if it's reflecting off of the headlight like that. You can get anything going right there. Good lord, you can barely see anything on this thing.
Let me see if I can find the...
Here, I'll look on YouTube real quick.
That's what I'm doing. Okay, I have it here on YouTube. Hold on.
Okay.
It's not showing that screen though, right? It's not.
No, it doesn't show. You don't have the YouTube screen up.
Yeah, hold on, and I will. And then you can see it big time. Big time. So much larger than life. Okay.
Embiggen it.
I'm embiggening now. Okay.
Embiggen it.
It's embiggened.
Well, that's water on the windshield, man.
I don't know. I don't think it was water on the windshield. I don't think it was a ghost, but I don't think it was water on the windshield.
Well, I can see bugs flying around, and then I see a white thing in the back, and then I see that, and it looks like water, like a stain right there on their windshield. Like
Ion, what do you think?
I think it's suspiciously like something on the windshield.
Yeah, it looks
Something
like
else.
sap even.
It's moving with the car.
Yeah. Actually, if you look, okay, watch it again from the beginning. And then look at the very bottom where you can see the edge of the road. Or, I mean, not the road, the window. It looks like a window. There's the passenger window. And so if you watch this right here in relation to the window,
We can't see it,
move.
right?
What?
We
Did I
can't
stop
see
sharing?
it. Yeah,
Oh.
you stopped sharing it.
I'm sorry. Why don't you guys say things sooner? Okay, I'll show you what I was talking about. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's something on the window, but I think it's on
that's what
the.
it is?
I think
It looks
it's
like
on
sap
the
or something.
passenger window. What? Shut up. Okay.
What do you mean,
No.
shut up? I said it looks like sap.
What? Sap.
looks like-
Oh. See right here. Okay, so right there is where it's at, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it looks like sap.
So here it is right here. And if you look at this compared to this down here, which is, I mean, ostensibly the door of the car, right? And this
Right.
is maybe
Or
that.
the windshield.
But this and this move together. Watch.
Yeah.
See, like, so as the camera moves around, I think that you're right. I think you're right. It's something on the window.
That was,
You could-
I said that's totally debunked.
Man, that was super easy to debunk, huh?
Yeah.
Dang, we need some harder ones for you.
Maybe we'll get some.
Yeah, never know. That'd be kind of cool if people had ghost videos and they sent them in to us and then we could look at them. That would be fun. Oh man.
I mean, I can even do it with recordings and such as well. Like I can usually figure out what a sound is.
I know you're the one who knows what all of the ghost finding tools and things and stuff are. So hopefully we can get some of that and try to do a ghost hunt on Cyber Samhain.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
You know, right? Okay. So I guess with all that said, it is 9:30, which pretty much brings us to the end of the show tonight, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We will not be here either Friday or Sunday for author reads or handmade home shopping because we are going to our little mini camp out at Dryad's Rest. So we will be there discussing our interactions with the human kingdoms and reveling
going on Friday.
I mean, that's the plan. So yes, so we will not be here Friday or Sunday, which means we will see you guys all next week on Wednesday for FAE News. Also, though, if you are on our Patreon tonight after this show, because I didn't quite get to it before the show, the part of the reason that we were late starting today was because I was wrapping up a very last minute. I was finishing up the brownie spell that for autumn equinox that I have put together. So if you're on the Patreon, you will be getting materials sent to you there for an autumn equinox spell of gratitude. And also, when we are done here, go over to the YouTube if you're not watching from YouTube. If you are watching from YouTube, into the comments of today's show, put the magic word, which was smog, and you will then be entered to win a little baby dragon from our vendor today, which was Forge and Fleece. So I think that's everything. Hit the like and subscribe button for us, guys, and we will see you next Wednesday. So yes, have a good night. It is the last day of the month, and so it's October, the whole month of Halloween. So for the next show. So good night, everybody, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.